My career has hit a bunch of different parts of payments and fintech and just running a business. I started out of school as a finance analyst at Visa. I was there for about 4 years, 2 years in, and then transitioned into more of a corporate strategy role, working on our core business. From there, transitioned to an equity analyst role covering payments and fintech, and got to see really all the main players in the payments and financial services space, from credit card networks to issuers and acquirers to processors and all the up and coming fintechs that we've seen over the past years. So seeing just the variety and how dynamic the industry has been has always drawn me to it, and always knew that when I went off to do my own thing, it was going to be in this space. Julep's mission is to empower users to make the right financial decisions for their lives. We talk about it like teaching a man to fish instead of fishing for him. Julep was the outgrowth of conversations that my dad and I had from very early ages around how to go about personal finance and all of the real world adulthood questions that everybody comes across after getting out of school, signing rental agreements and insurance and taxes and all the other things that we don't get taught in schools. Looking at the market where study after study comes out talking about the overwhelming majority of households that live paycheck to paycheck and all of the associated stress that comes with that, we set about building a company, building a product to address both of those things. How do we get people to build a solid foundation that they can grow from to reach financial freedom and financial security? A longtime friend of mine was a college classmate of Neil's. I had randomly run into her late last year, and at the time we'd been working with a different agency and were admittedly pretty frustrated by where we were and the outputs that we were seeing. Within the span of 6 weeks, went from a quick chat with Neil to more chats with Neil and Marcy. And I think I knew from one of those earliest conversations, we jive so much better on how we saw the industry, how we saw like the solutions that were needed. And we really just spoke the same language around what it is we were trying to accomplish. Yeah, it's crazy. It's really forced me as a founder and a leader to not get too far ahead of myself or the team on what we think our customers want. Just going through that whole reframe of we come in with informed hypotheses, but not assuming that we know them to be true, putting something together that can very quickly test whether or not we're onto something, and then know that, hey, this is what the numbers tell us. We either need to continue down this path or we need to try something new. So that has helped us not only stay focused on like what is the most pressing thing at the moment and not get distracted by here are all the other things that we want to do. ThinkNimble from Marcy on down has really helped kind of enforce that focus and really sharpen our approach to what it is we're trying to build and what's going to drive value for customers. We're gearing up to do a seed round right now that we've got an MVP in the market in evaluating different vendors. Where ThinkNimble really stood out was in mapping out that path to a Series A and beyond, and really articulating the company's ability to be there with us as that trusted partner, and then have a plan in place to essentially offboard while we stand up an internal engineering team, and to bring that expertise and support us through that journey of standing up that org internally was unique and something I didn't hear from any other vendor that we interviewed. Leadership has proven they're accomplished entrepreneurs. They know this space. They've been incredibly helpful in helping us sift through a lot of common startup challenges for a first-time founder. They've opened doors for us that would not have otherwise been opened. They clearly, all from top to bottom, the team knows their stuff. They are at the cutting edge of innovation and continue to bring new and exciting ideas to the table that, from my perspective and giving our prior experience, I've been hesitant to explore some of these things because I knew that our technology partners didn't have the capabilities. And so if you had asked me a year ago whether or not we'd be building an AI-powered financial coach, I would have thought you were crazy.